Is it the classic thing that you want to do it so well that you just can't bear to do it?
Yeah.
Do you want to like stick out a limb? I've started my vlog. Stick a leg out or something. There's Mum. There you go, you've got an arm. That's about it. Welcome to the vlog.
I'm working.
This is work! Editing Emma's going to be really angry when she has to hear this back. There we go. Oh, I haven't tidied up my room. I've destroyed the illusion here of smelly socks. Oh yeah, no, that's bad. That's just, oh no, that's just as bad. Hello, welcome to the last week of my degree. I thought I was going to be sadder than I am. Probably when I sit in my lecture and I'm like, oh no, it's all about to be over. So welcome to the very last week of my degree. Hopefully just of my undergrad. That, as currently as it stands, is the plan. It's that thing of I've got nothing secured for next year that I'm like, shit it. I recently had an epiphany. Had a breakthrough. Well, massive disappointment and then a breakthrough on the master's degree front. Again, I'm not going to say, because I feel like these things are much easier to talk about when it's all over and done with. I'll make an entire video on the whole master's degree process when I've got one. That I'm going to do completely different than I was originally applying for. And it is a good thing, and it makes way more sense. And on a totally, absolutely different note that's got absolutely nothing to do with the breakthrough I had. Absolutely nothing. Don't read into it whatsoever. So I finished the film. It's up now. I'm going to make an entire director's commentary. I'm going to film that today. It is an homage / remake of Martin Scorsese's The Big Shave. I really highly encourage you to watch the original. I think he is my favourite director ever. If you ever watch any interviews with Scorsese, the way he talks about film, he loves film. He loves film, but I think he's a film historian. He's such a good director. So the reason I do the director's commentary on this channel is because then it gets you over to that channel. Without any further ado, here's today's agenda. I'm gonna film my director's commentary, film my university Q&A. I need to shower. Do need to go to the library because I need to go see my friend Annabelle. Like, been a ritual, and it would be weird if I didn't go, especially seeing it's our last week and we'd be our last library session together. I need to start editing Tuesday's video, and I need to montage in Sunday. We had a really nice day, so I've filmed little bits of it, so roll the montage.
Yeah, we were in Amsterdam.
All over the bathroom.
Shut up, Adam. Stupid poo.
I'm still standing. Where are the oranges?
Oh, more flowers. Oranges. Time. Oh, drinking game. Drink every time Emma fills flowers. Adam and I are scouting Instagrams.
I'm not.
You're always scouting Instagrams. Aren't you? Aren't you? What? Where? Oh no, what's happening? Oh no, it's just as bad as that orange thing this morning. Adam!
25 million.
Oh dear. My makeup looks terrible in real life, but it looks good on camera, so you know, that's what matters. I filmed. Number one, I cannot film another thing today. I'm gonna swap dresses, but you know, I'm trying. So the makeup revolves around this lip. All in all, I'd say a very put together outfit, we hope, yes? Okay, let's go. Woohoo! Also, I guess it's worth mentioning the reason that I've never done like a proper uni weekly vlog, fear of stalking, but I feel like this is my last week. I really want to remember this because everything is going to change. No matter what I do next year, it is going to be very different. Hopefully, now that I've like had my epiphany. If I swear, my mum keeps saying everything happens for a reason, so do a lot of my friends, and I disagree. I don't like that saying. I'm sorry. I don't like saying that everything happens for a reason. That's not the kind of person I am. I was gonna say reason and order. I feel like the world is more chaotic than we want to pretend it is, and we need to make sense of it by saying stuff like that. I don't believe in it. Anyway, massive digression. Probably massively divided my audience more than Emma. I feel like I did protect my uni life, especially at the beginning. I'm very happy with the degree that I've done. I just now really want to do well. Here, I need to fix my sunglasses. It's been like that for like 2 years. Why do I do this to myself? Right, okay. School time. So I'm on my way to the library. Our library's called The Morn. And yeah, that's too lame. It feels like I'm like telling you a massive secret. I'm not, obviously, but like, I'm like, ugh, this feels strange. I missed that. So my notes and presentation for this, I'm gonna do this presentation. It was so full of shit. It was great. How does that even happen? That never fucking happens to me. How did I forget? Like, I never reserve reservations. Also, I promise I don't eat out as much as like my vlog is leading you to believe. Like, I know I went out last time and now, but I don't usually. Exit A, I fucking forgot. Still light. Just.
With Dan, because like I do actually like him.
Are you actively seeking conflict with them?
Japanese government. So it was kind of funny that I got so many.
Where is the Japanese embassy?
Dinner was so nice. Such good sushi. I've showed mum and dad my film. Prefaced it by showing them the Scorsese. Then I showed them like a different like remake that I was like, I don't like this one. So I set the bar low and then showed them mine. My dad turns to me and goes, I think yours is better than the originals. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Dad. And Mum laughed in all the right places, which is really good. So I'm like, yeah, thank you. It is in fact just a dark comedy. It is a film that I'm very proud of. Also, like, for dinner, it was like basically Louis and his friends dinner date. But Louis was like, oh, you can be that. Yeah, I'll go. Oh, Mum's here. Okay, yeah, great. It's a reservation for 4. That's why I fucking forgot about it. I was only 25 minutes late. 5 minutes after I've come in and sat down. My dad walks in and we're all just like, what are you? What? And I was like, hi. So when Louis' friend was like, oh, I feel like I've crashed your family. I was like, no, we just crashed your dinner date. That's what happened. I forgot about dinner was because I was in the middle of putting together a portfolio. It's for an application, but like, I'm adding my photos because I can. I have the option to, so why would I not? And now I'm going to continue editing that other video. It was in the library until 7:15 from like 2. I feel like I achieved nothing. Even though that's not true. I'm going to withdraw one of my master's applications because I don't want to go. I just don't want to go. See what Emma update. See you tomorrow, 9 AM.
I'll take a picture of me. Do you want on the way out?
Do you want on the way out? Okay, Louis.
First.
On the other hand, I don't want to be. Mum, get you You're on like my shot. There you go. I mean, I had one of these, but I killed it last time. Do you remember? Flora died. Oh, hey guys, I found plants.
Is that the door?
What plants? You get the plants. Oh, Louis, love your kit. Oh my god, Louis, yeah, work it, work it. Oh, I love this kit. Oh my god. Welcome to my plant house. I bought some plants on today's to-do list. Because I realised my rubber plant shouldn't really be in where I've put it in my bedroom. Hector does like bright rooms. It's in front of this window, but this window like weirdly does not get that much full-on sunlight. This big window here does. I wanted to buy a plant for my room to replace Hector, and then I also bought one for the boys' room because it's just like such a lifeless room. Time could be a plant in it. This is a ZZ plant. Zamioculcas. Got this plant. Agla and watch me be dyslexic. Aglaonema. Aglonema. Nemo. Aglaonema. Aglaonema. You can't do plants. Oh no! Dirt's gonna fall on the floor. So these are my new plants. I'm starting to. Does Emma like me? The reason that they can go along without watering them is because you see how thick their stems are? They store their water in there. So she's like, yeah, keep it dry. Big leaves. Yeah, you've probably seen this plant a million times in like offices and schools because that's how low maintenance they are. Oh my god, yes. Yes. Thumbnail. Ooh, yeah, live in the jungle. So now here is good. Or if I should put it there. I feel like here for now is completely fine. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite compare to Hector. Oh no. Well, I mean, that's kind of what you'd expect with a fucking plant called Hector. This just needs to be potted. It'll grow, right? Time to film another video. Filmed my video, the uni Q&A one. There's a lot of questions. I now need to go to my lecture. I can tick the other thing off the list. I'm in a different building. It's called the Visual Wolf building. It's like 7 floors. These stairs are a bitch. Ooh, these fucking doors. Jesus Christ, buddy. This will go well. Meeting went well. It's about films. I was excited about that. I need to go to the library and find a very specific edition of a book that I said I can't find. Hopefully my friends are also in the library. Ooh, look, horses. Thing is, around here all of our buildings are really close together, so there's a 5-minute walk between all of them. I'm gonna go dig up my book. I also caught my lecturer just as he was leaving his office, whereas like even though he was meant to be there for another half an hour, so I was very lucky that I caught him being like, help. So I'm popping by work now because I need to ask for 2 references for 2 totally different things, but yeah. Can't decide if this counts as me ambushing my colleagues or not, but like, I know they work there. I'll talk about it later. Just popped back to like buy some like saucers for one of my plants because I forgot. I also had a brainwave for my dissertation in the library, like how to phrase my question, and that everything makes sense, and I was waiting for this. Very excited to just start writing. Right. Very good thing. I had a dissertation brainwave. It's so simple. I think the main thing I knew I was struggling with and have been struggling with, which is why I find it so difficult to like get going with writing. There's a lot of books I wanted to write about. I wanted to write about virtue and vice, and I wanted to talk about marriage, and I wanted to talk about power and like post-feminism, and I was like, I don't know how to put this all together. This is kind of confusing. There's so much. What do I do? La la la. I want to talk about like dangers of reading. But now I had a brainwave. It's just the cost of power. None of these women in the books I want to look at their power always comes with strings attached. There is never like a virtuous, powerful woman. She is always evil and she's vilified and there's always a catch. How does she get the power? Is it usually it's through deviant things, via sex, or somebody has to die in order for her to get the money? There's always a cost to being a powerful woman. The less cost of being a powerful woman, there's always a cost to a woman's power. So I want to look at it like that between the two books. That just makes so much sense now. They both react sort of to the sentimental novel. Well, the sentimental novel reacts to one of them and then the other one reacts to the sentimental novel, sort of like does the horseshoe thing of it looping back around again, so they're almost the same. So tomorrow, on the post-it note, doing a pyjama day. Also, the one thing I figured out with my hair, even if I curl it, you know, whatever, it's just gonna look better after it's dropped out for a bit. It's just gonna be the way it is. If anybody has tips for how to just get this kind of look initially, I hate the fact that I felt kind of high-key crap about myself most of today until it's dropped out. But now there's nobody there to see me, so yeah. See you tomorrow. Here's Mr. Sustainable, drinking coffee out of a reusable cup. I mean, not reusable cup. How could you, Louis?
I joined Environethics for the banter.
Uploaded my video, and today's only objectives are edit and upload my Q&A video. I just dissertation and essay wrote. That's it. That's it. And I'll show you what I got yesterday. This is going to be a present, but this is a far enough scarf. It's quite a long one. This jumper that I'm probably going to wear today. I like this one. Cozy pink one, except the way this jumper is made, this seam runs on the outside, so I cannot wait to have my mum and my grandparents going, Emma, your jumper's inside out. I went, no, it's meant to be like this. Oh, this I'm excited about, a little scarf as well. I'm sure that looks cool. I like scarves like this. I always like tying it around there. Big fan of that. And then the last thing is a new bag. It's like this. I freaking love the look of it. Oh, it's so bright. I kind of plan on using this as like my Provence bag. Everything. I'm just going to probably leave this there. Here I have so many bags I really don't need it. That's everything. Today the two essays that I'm going to work on are my Brazilian snow essay. I have about 1,000 words that I need out of 2,000, but it's like at the planning stage. I've seen my lecture about it now. Go to a proper explanation of how you write essays. That's my video there. But what I do now is I'm going to go through all my primary notes. The ones that I have in here, I did a presentation on this. My notes are actually already typed up. I type up notes on my phone while I'm watching the film. This is my presentation. I basically just was like, oh, I'm going to use pictures from the film, put them on my PowerPoint and then come up with something. I did. I was very pleased with myself. I'm writing on Barravento, which is Turning Wind, and then City of God. And then I'm going to work on my dissertation. The cost of power. Women's power. Does anybody know of like a virtuous, like powerful woman? Besides maybe Mary. I look at all books and they just really don't have much power. So I'm like, whenever you get a powerful woman, it's always at the cost of something. Or she got it using her sexuality. Or she got it using her sexuality, in this case of like sexual nature, not just like orientation. Yeah, what do you do if you want to be a powerful woman at court? Courtesan. That's what Roxana ends up as. She ends up as the king's mistress. Madame Pompadour was for half, wasn't she? She was a mistress. In Diderot, and then you have the Mother Superiors, but the Mother Superiors are all like very abusive and lesbian. The lesbian is more negative, but like, you know in the context what I mean. Female Quicksit. I'm looking at my books, that's why. Female Quicksit doesn't really have that much power. A bit delusional. Wollstonecraft now I need to turn to, if I'm completely honest, because I need to know what she says about women in power. And in Austen, for example, like, they're not powerful women. Not really, are they? They're all very... I really haven't met very many people who like Austen. Maybe I just gravitate towards the type of people who dislike Jane Austen. And my mum gets horribly offended. She's like, oh, you just don't understand yet. And I'm like, oh, do I want to? Pamela. It's just a fucking shit show. Pamela and Clarissa, even though I've actually only read a bit of Pamela. Ugh. She's like, yeah, virtue, what is it? Pamela's virtue rewarded. Yeah, it is. It's just not what happens. This book is so interesting though. It's like a cultural artifact. It's also 500 pages. Even my dissertation supervisor was like, just don't write on it. I was like, you can't. And I'm like, I know I'm not going to. And I can go back to Stephanie Kuntz, marriage, history. Yeah. honestly one of my favourite books. If you guys are interested in like history of marriage as like an institution, because marriage as we know it now is a very, very modern concept. The whole idea of, you know, marrying for love and marrying whoever you want, like that is such a modern idea. Marriage history, I love Conquered All. I highly, highly recommend this book. Yes, Emma has made notes. Oh, I even left different notes. Oh, I'm so useful. Oh, I love me. Can't wait for highlighted this for highlighter, but you know, I can make my peace with myself. Right, where's Wollstonecraft? Come to me, darling. Oh, am I gonna collapse my book tower? Oh no, I might do. Oh dear, please don't fall over. You know what, Manolis, I'm gonna leave you. I don't need you anymore. I mean, I feel like you get more powerful women when it comes to maybe the romantics. Like with Madame de Stael, I really enjoyed Corinne, but then Corinne still dies. Sorry, spoilers. I'm like, oh, I'll write on a few. Yeah, this just kind of, I'm not being, okay, maybe this should happen to your dissertation, even if you're going to focus on 2 texts, because really, you should be able to link everything to everything, and that is what I can and will now choose to do. Damn, almost all of these are English novels, and I'm here like, I didn't do English. You're currently sat on a stack of Don Juan, Dangerous Liaisons, Corneille and Molière. I think I'm going to write my other essay, my new classical essay, on imposters and Tartuffe. I'm not rambling. But I feel like you guys, at all my rumbles, appreciate my book rambles the most. Oh yeah, and then of course, oh, there goes my page. If you want an update on how I'm doing with this, I don't want to say that I'm enjoying it. That's not the right, like, not the right thing to say. I find it so fascinating. It is disturbing, like it is. It is kind of like if you cannot deal with anything that does reference like abuse and sexual exploitation, that kind of stuff, don't read it. Don't make yourself read it. Obviously I'm reading this as part of my part of one of my modules, but like if you just don't ever make yourself read it. Sartre is an atheist and Sartre as a philosopher is very interesting. You can actually read versions of these that are abridged, but like cut out all the pornography. So if you just want to read him from a philosophical point of view, just read that. But it's kind of like he balances like it's like porn and then it's like philosophical digression, which is on the theory of it is then put into practice with all the pornography. So that kind of like is very interesting. It's basically like he takes such an extreme standpoint that he's so easy to contrast with everything else. So from a standpoint of me doing this in my exam, probably quite easy. I didn't even get most of these with my degree in mind. I just got them because I wanted them and then they ended up being on the syllabus. So it's happened to quite a lot of my modules, is that like I had the books anyway and I'd read them anyway. That's why my French module was so easy, because I'd read half the books on the reading list. I was like, I've done Candide, I've got the Ritho, I've read the Laclos, that rhymes, and I've read What is Enlightenment. I'd done a chunk of the reading already, which is quite great. What am I doing? Who's got real power? Why did I highlight in? Oh, she wrote notes. She's written notes. Interesting. I'm gonna get on with it now. Him a dissertation. I'm excited. I don't think 10,000 words is gonna be enough any fucking way. My nutritious breakfast, we have whole wheat bagel. These were so hard to find, I cannot explain why. Whole wheat bagel and butter. Got chocolate that's meant to be with my coffee. Got hazelnut milk in there. And then that's a Barocca. And that is a banana. I'm filming my phone because my still in here. Good morning. Today I've got class again, and then I have an essay meeting. I went last week and it like totally shut down my essay idea. I was like, great, this is really, you know, it's gonna be fine. That was really fun. I didn't manage to finish editing my Q&A completely yesterday because I ended up writing quite a bit of my dissertation. Like I basically sort of started from scratch again in a different document. I've got like literally like 8 documents in which I've been writing. Maybe I need to like collate all of them. I do want to be like honest, I'm not finding this that easy. Until I had like my breakthrough on Tuesday, I had no idea what I was doing and I was kind of worried. My plan had been to finish my 2 other essays in March and somehow I didn't do it. From it, I'm enjoying my dissertation too much. I feel like because the dissertation is obviously the more daunting thing, I'm not that bothered. If I prioritise my dissertation, then it's fine. And that's really what I ended up doing yesterday. I ended up writing like 1,500 words, and that's just really good notes. So if I were to expand all those notes, get criticism, get quotes, then it's gonna go up really, really quickly. I'm so passionate about it and I care so much. If it's not good, I'm gonna be like devastated. Always done well on something that I knew how to do. It's like something that like all of this stuff always done very well. 18th century I've always done well. France and England I've always done well. So they've always been my highest marks very, very consistently. So I'm not worried. Once I finish it, I am going to get a good mark, I feel. I also got my, you know, the thing I did an essay write with, I got that back and it was a 66. And the next was like, this is a great essay. I'm like, you can't say it's great and then give me 66. If you can say it's great, give me at least like 68 or, you know, 70, but it's only 40% of my grade. But that's my update. I have class now. Neoclassicisms. I have not done the reading. I'm reading this again, which I'm happy about. It's marriage history. But I really like the way Kuntz writes. Love a good title of the 18th century sexual crisis. Quite literally mentions Clarissa right there. That's incredibly useful. Cheers. I have to slap a bit of makeup on so no one thinks I've like died or anything. See you soon. I'm filming all my uni stuff on my phone, but I just don't want to bring my big ass camera. This is an enormous camera. I don't want to put this in people's faces at uni. I'm like 15 minutes late to class. That'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm like 15 minutes late. I have to be. My meeting went really well this time, so, and I got chocolate, that's a lot better.
So what was it? Was it shades on, feelings off? And what was your very iconic line from earlier? I have hopes, not plans. I have hopes, not plans. No. What was it? Ellie, I don't want to go. I want to stay. Ellie, oh my god. Bye. Bye. We love a queen. Bye.
Ugh, I am back. I was with Ellie. We had a good 2-hour chat, which was really nice. I think we both really needed it. Other thing though that I cannot fucking get over. So I think I mentioned I'm writing my dissertation on the Marquis de Sade. Just pause me and give him a quick Google. Yeah, so the reason is his character, Juliet, is very similar to Roxana. They're not reactionary to each other in any way, but it's just so curious that they're so similar and they have such interesting differences. I think their differences are very much more interesting than their similarities. I was reading an article earlier on Fo talks about money a lot. You have to pay attention to that. Point was, when I was reading it, because I didn't know how much money it was now, I just couldn't get that sense. So the entire article is about that. So like by the end of the novel, she says that she's got like, £100,000. And I'm like, okay, that must be a lot of money. It's equivalent to about 20 to 30 million pounds now. So I'm like, holy shit. In the essay, like, extraordinarily wealthy. She's like, she's fucking rich. Like, she is like, I was gonna say piss on everything rich, that's not an expression, but like, she's that fucking rich. And I'm like, it does change of a novel, especially when people are like, oh yeah, this is, you know, her, like, different Robinson Crusoe and stuff, you know, more fun is like their beginning of a realist novel. And in fact, when you change that money, you realise that's actually not true to an extent. This is almost more fairy tale because you're like almost tempting people with how real it could be, but then actually very like fucking wealthy. Main thing is, my copy of Sade arrived. My copy of Sade arrived. It's got pictures! Juliet is the prosperities of vice, just seen as misfortunes of virtue. Yeah, it's got pictures and they're just all massive orgies. Can I show you these, or is this gonna demonetize me or disturb you? If you don't want to see etchings of orgies, you can avert your eyes now. There we go. So you get the point. Love a good aristocratic orgy. That's what I'm writing my dissertation on. Very interesting, like, aristocratic sexuality in terms of like, they weren't marrying for love, they were marrying strategically. So like, them going off and having like actual like relationships with other people is like actually totally fine, and they were just like, okay, shagging everyone. That's the main thing that this my dissertation did actually originate from. I find it so curious that people got less and less prude in a way, and then you get to the Victorians. How do you get from like people being very open with their extramarital relationships and their sexuality and that kind of stuff, and then you get the Victorians? Like, how does that work? Because I think I like lost touch almost with the fact that I do want to embed this quite a lot in sex. Did I show you this earlier? Sexual crisis of the 18th century. Oh, she talks about Montaigne. Brilliant, I've read him now. See, a lot of people have asked me, like when I told them like, oh yeah, I basically only started writing again on Tuesday. But I've basically been doing extra reading for this since I was 16. Like, I really find this interesting. I find the whole concept of marriage so interesting, especially because I feel like it's been warped for me because of rom-coms, like 90s, early 2000s rom-coms. Have really messed with what my idea of marriage was, and then obviously that's what we're all surrounded by as an idea of marriage. And then I progressed to reading 18th century novels, and I realised marriage in there has a totally different function. And then I was like, well, the way we've viewed marriage in the last 150 years has changed so dramatically. Blame the Victorians. I think we can blame the Victorians for so much shit. Really like the 18th century. They were getting certain things right, and the Victorians got it all wrong. Love a boob or two. I'm staring at just Juliet's boobs. That's why I'm really sorry if you're called Juliet, by the way. Somebody commented going like, I'm called Juliet. And I'm like, you have a great name. I quite like Julia as a person, even though we're supposed to view them right. That's the thing, is why do I, as a person, especially, I know a lot of people do this too, especially women, why is it now that people who are supposed to be shown as examples of bad behaviour, as examples of vice, why do I, maybe because I don't understand the nuances of 18th century society, so some things that I should instinctively have viewed as bad, I just don't care about. I guess that's why I personally, instead of vilifying these women, I think I internally glorify them. I see their power, and that's what interests me. I do have quite a fascination with power. I've internalised Machiavelli maybe a bit too much, but I want to be a director. If there isn't, like, I guess in a way a little bit of absolutism in there, even if it is just creative, but I think maybe I'm a bit more secretly power hungry than maybe I let on. To cut or not to cut from my final edit. Discuss. 10 marks. No, I think marriage is so interesting. So when you start looking at it less like marriage, more as like partnership on loads of different levels, I think it's very fascinating what it is to actually have a marriage. And then if you think about modern marriages and like how the idea has changed so rapidly and how that puts it under so much pressure. One of the things she says is that marriage now can be more fulfilling than it's ever been. However, it's also never been as fragile as it is now. Obviously, I've never married, so I don't. There's some things that I'm just not going to understand, but about modern marriage, I guess. But I think it's fascinating if you know a little bit about the history. I guess you can take certain pressures off yourself because you understand certain things differently than maybe you did before. And a woman's like journey for her own satisfaction, and for Juliet and Roxana, they both want autonomy. They both want their own autonomy. At the cost of what though? For now, we can't really deal with powerful women very well. Fucking fascinates me. On the right track. I just want to get those other two essays out the way, and then I can be really like focused on this. But even if I write on this instead of writing on them, that is totally fine in my book. So interesting. Now I'm gonna make brownies. Obviously Emma's doing her dissertation in the end about sex, power and money and women. Most of you won't realise how on brand that is, but all my friends out there will just like the eye roll that sends your eyes back into your skull and just kind of stay there for a bit. I'm making brownies, it honestly looks fucking possessed. Oh no, oh it's bad. Oh, it's still warm, but the brownies were a success. There we go. That was successful. Okay, brilliant. Just for button the black, button the black. Button the back, turn around.
Good. A snipey, I think you've actually got like one for the past like 30.
Yeah, I'm going to take the audio off this clip, Louis. It's fine. Should have heard what Adam said the other day while I was filming.
They're capable special.
Good morning. It's 1 o'clock. I spent the morning editing. I'm currently exporting my video. I uploaded 2 videos in a week. Last day, I think I said I've been feeling so so strange. It feels really weird. I feel like other last days have been really exciting, but this time it's just sad. Like, I'm really sad. It's not exciting, and I'm not one of these people who's been dying to leave uni. It's just not who I am as a person. This is it. Now what? Like, I just really enjoyed it. Maybe it's easy to hate your degree and then just be like, right, I want to leave, I want to go. It's largely the uncertainty. If I had something else, I could focus on how exciting that's going to be and all of that and the future of that. But because I don't have a future of that yet, it's very... I feel like I'm in limbo now. What the hell do I do now? This is a culmination of 20 years of education, so 3 very quick years. What the fuck am I supposed to do now? I am emotional and I don't want to talk about it because I'm gonna, like, I have a lecture to go to. I'm allowed to be sad, but just only for a little bit. Yeah, the sunglasses, when it just all gets too much. Or it's just, like, I can stand here and tell you I genuinely adored my degree. I did this degree out of pure love for it. This was always what I wanted to do, and I got to do it. This made me very, very happy. And it is scary to let go of something that you know made you really happy. It's worrying about then, like, what are you going to fill that void with? And, like, I know what I'm going to fill that void with. I know exactly what I'm going to do that, like, and how much I love that thing. So it's like just scary that I don't have it secured and that I don't have it down on paper and that I don't have it to be able to say I'm going to do this with 100% confidence. This is what I'm going to do next. I can only say this is what I really want to do next. For these last 3 years, personally, have sometimes been really, really shit. But everything surrounding my learning has always made me very happy. And it just sucks that it's over. And to quote the great, very wonderful, very wise Eleanor, sunglasses on, feelings off. Bye Lou, see you later. It's a really nice day. Over. Sunny as well. It's over. 3 years. Over. King's is by no means a perfect university, and my course certainly isn't perfect either, but it made me very happy, and I have that to be very happy.